you, man.
You're doing something heavy.
Respect.
But that's why I want to know, like when you dropping Coach Fresh, you made a lot of references to a lot of great coaches.
Okay, the actual song Coach Fresh.
A lot of
yeah,
great coaches.
yeah.
But you left one name out.
I left a lot of names out, man.
Kind of like I'm surprised that you left them out though.
I left a lot of names out. Which one in particular?
Someone from San Fran, maybe.
Someone from Pittsburgh. I thought you would at least mention him.
Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin mentioned?
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
You sure? I go back
You're
to
just
that.
mad because I didn't mention no San Francisco. You damn right Tomlin mentioned. You damn right Tomlin got mentioned in there. What was the line? The line was Tomlin mixed with Tom Coughlin. Got the bucks to pay the bills. No time for sucker shit. Sexy like Rexy. Your chick is on my Lovey Smith. Don like Shula, undefeated. Stop tripping. You young Merc Morris rappers need to stop sniffing. Either win with the rhyme, or win with the rhythm. But y'all ain't talking Super Bowl till you win your division. You want to be, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got Pittsburgh up in there, son.
I know, I was joking.
Okay.
There was definitely no San Francisco.
But I like San Francisco.
He's still so salty
I'm so
about that
salty. I've been a San Francisco fan from birth.
I must have been playing, man, because I'm not mad at San Francisco.
Oh.
The team I hate.
I hate that
And
team.
I don't know, man, but I still give Belichick. Belichick still got love.
Yeah, because he's
how can you not respect the coach?
He's dope. He's dope.
How can you not? I just love when they lose. Enjoy it.
I'm not a Patriots fan either.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of them.
Like, you don't want to cheer for Goliath.
No, but listen, man, it's not like they whack, man. I respect Brady. I respect him. I just enjoy when they lose. Yeah, it just makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? But I respect them. You know, it's like watching a movie. There's the good, the hero you go for.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Then there's the villain that you just would love to see the villain lose.
Yeah.
You know, that's all.
You know what's funny about like our culture now? It's like
It's true.
Well, anyway, I enjoy when the Patriots lose. So, you know, that's a whole different ball.
Yeah, people do root for the bad guy. That's why people think Cameron won this whole beef.
you really want to get into that, huh?
He has no idea what we're talking about.
You talking about Cameron and what?
And
Mace
came back.
So
Mace came back.
no, Mace. No, okay. So on you know, on the program, mentions Mace.
The song "The Dinner" was crazy, son.
What remember in the intro?
I can't remember.
Okay, in the intro, he mentions Mace talking about how he had to go save him from girl's house because some dudes were there, so he went to go save him. And then when he took Mace out, Mace handed him $100. So in his head, he said, "Yo, I'm either have to curve him or kill him." So I curved him. So to Mace said, "Yo, this dude's actually talking about bodily harm now. Like he's been dissing me for 20 years, random about being a minister and all that stuff. He's like, cool, but this guy's talking about bodily harm now." So the Mace dropped the track. Boom, the Oracle. When I said this track is it's crazy.
When did it come out today?
It came out I think 2 days ago.
I gotta hear that because dinner time.
Dinner time is the response.
The response to it.
I gotta hear the Oracle then, B. Yeah. So, let me ask you, what's doper though? The Oracle to dinner time.
Oracle.
Because dinner time was crazy.
Mace went like 4 minutes.
4 minutes straight bars.
4 minutes straight
bars.
No hook,
straight bars.
Just going.
4 minutes straight bars, and he's like, and Mace
we don't
is like,
usually do this.
I don't need to spit bars. I don't need people saying ooh over some hot bars. I'm gonna spit you the truth.
Yeah, we're gonna drink this. What? You guys?
No. The buzzer goes off. Then we
let the fifth member tell this, but
we have time. I want you to hear this song. This song, I've been playing it off and on.
Yeah. Now I'm married 20 years with a bitter bitch in the same drama. Dame told you do this shit and you don't see Dame karma. K9 on your ass, nigga, no distraction. Pussy nigga wearing pink, guess he think he matching. I'ma paint the picture, let the niggas make the caption. Fuck bars, I'ma tell niggas what really happened. You hear this tone, you know the Mac is in my seat. You see exactly what I see. You know my rap is not for free. You send them pussy niggas to the hill to trap me in the beat. You singing, ain't gon' be no backup bitch with me. I chew that nigga to my teeth first. Don't even hit the weed first. Bitches used to say I'm blessed and I ain't even sneeze first. But you don't even need no research. Hand filthy, hard, guilty nigga like me need church. Tax know you at the nigga that snitched on the rock. DC Crips only know you the nigga they shot. OG niggas don't have no history with you on the block and everybody seen the footage you got. Ever since 10, you was a thirsty nigga. I ain't gonna talk about the time you fucked your sister. 2002, you lost 50 pounds ulcer in your liver. Now you trying to sell niggas liquor. Nigga, you always play the sucker part. Where was all that Rico shit when you left Jim and Rucker Park? Matter of fact, I'm on the true life chain. But let's get back to that smack and that true life chain. Damn, bro. Man, the whole fucking land knows. After that 50 shit, you moved to Orlando. You had the nigga Jim on the radio. Where the cam go? Where the cam go? We all understand, though. You're not really built for this shit. You're not ready to kill for this shit. But no regrets. You gotta live for protect to get murder respect. Nigga, are you when you dipped on a set? I'm the fucking cough in the swine flu. You could outrhyme boo. I'm your prime time too. Never pay for my mistake, cause that's not what crimes do. Bitches fuck me, but that's what dimes do. Somebody wanna jump in and tell them come share. I'm starting to feel like we don't really compare. I'm the pretty nigga, wrist slitty somewhere. Diplomat only meaning joint from here. You had a run here, but y'all niggas is done here. All these pretty women and y'all niggas bringing guns here. Yeah, nigga, you way past the gun line. Every time you talk of me, you sound like one time. I fucked the king of rap, bitch, when I was unsigned. And made that nigga Diddy sign me off for one line. Don't blame me for the past, and I won't blame you for the crash. And my nigga Huddy on a dummy mission, and he crashed. Get it? I know you need money, I get it. I know your digital sales. I know about your digits. I know it's only red, they wanna see your shit distribute. I know it's cricket, so fuck it, use my name so they can click it. I made you, I raised you. Why would I play you when you dealing with this power? Nigga flex can't save you. Me a Morin, drop the foreign, kick the door in. Ladies treat me like him important. I don't even think of scoring. I just run the floor in. Deep get alley-oop it to me like in Boston. On some Curry shit, y'all just talking. Heard that often, had to rap again. Y'all was blowing them. Then you could tell Dave East, ASAP Mob, whatever you want. The whole hood know I'm the origin. You robbed Joel on some Diddy shit. Then when Jim start balling, you get back on some sissy shit. You even had the nerve to call up Sham and use his basketball skill to steal the name Jelly Fam. Damn, Cam, I thought more of you. But when I think about it, this really all you do. You really not that fly. You really not that guy. You really not that wise. I'm really not surprised. All pride aside, you try to pay Lottie mom's side with your lies. Now I'm like, fuck it, Drago. If he dies, he dies. Ain't no unity. Ain't no children of the corn, ain't no you and me.
Wow.
Any nigga ever got diplomat immunity with niggas who rather don't want to snitch on their community. Damn. And that's word to my nigga Big L, to my nigga fucking Trail, to that nigga Bigger Bell, to my nigga Loon, and all my niggas in the cell. Hope you hold your head, I hope y'all niggas doing well. It's Mace, nigga, I invented the curve. I'm the name on the ribbon on the bird. I'm done rapping with you. You always be my bitch, you got my fucking name tatted on you.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't release it on Sunday though. You know, being his pastor and all.
It's true. It's true.
Took him to church.
He did Black Friday though.
He took him to church, bro.
Yeah, well, Black Friday. He dropped it Black Friday.
Bars, man.
Yeah.
Hip hop, dude. That's hip hop.
Yeah.
As soon as it dropped, it was crazy. It was like, where did Mace come from?
Yeah.
Wow.
And with this type of bar after bar
Wow.
after bar after bar,
Dude.
it's like he didn't waste anything. 4 minutes straight, and he didn't waste anything.
That's hip hop, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When's the last time has like I've listened to your career and I don't think anyone's actually tried to come at you.
Nah.
But it's
Like,
true.
no one.
But has there ever been a time where maybe something that didn't creep up to the surface happened? That maybe, you know, it was like it was squashed before it ever got to that point.
You got to understand, when I came out, there's no reference point on how these kids should act.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In America, let's say New York City, they're used to seeing somebody around the way who came on before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it was LL Cool J riding his bike around the way, Farmers Boulevard. Now Todd is LL Cool J now doing his thing, like
Right.
Lays Up Cool James, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? The Bronx, same thing. Any part of New
Like
York
Queens,
City.
Brooklyn, all of them.
But in Toronto, Canada, there was no reference point of how you should give love or how not to give love.
Right.
So a lot of times when I got on, there was a lot of animosity. Even though cats knew I paid my dues,
Yeah.
there was still a lot of animosity because everybody wanted to be that first to really boss.
Yeah.
So certain things I can't really look at personally. Like there was nothing to brew on the surface because you ain't even on yet.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was no real level. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man, and I do a lot of reflecting. I was called old school since 1987.
Wow.
I was called old school, washed up.
Since
19, not 1997.
You said 8, yeah.
Not 2007.
Since 87.
1987, bro. I was called old school. He washed up.
I guess that's a good place to start. When did you start rapping?
82, so 82, 79, but 82, 83, 84, 85, Toronto knew me as I was doing my thing. But when Scotland Rock produced that track for Mission Me, Element, the Style, that was a changing of the guard right there. That was the Bronx giving Toronto that cosign.
Yeah. Right.
And this is the lane right here. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You know? That just gave me more energy to come back. Then I came with the Maestro Fresh Wes.
Yeah.
Backbone started sliding. Things went a little different after that. You know what I'm saying? But hey! I was called old school, man.
Before you even, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's because you've been around here so long.
Yeah.
They were so used to.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's not like that Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, Texas, and all the way they pushed their local artists. Slim Thug, where he signed with Pharrell, he went back. He's like, I'd rather go back to Texas. He was on a major and he was like, I sell more in Texas. I make more money in Texas.
Him,
it's crazy that it's not the same thing out here, but let's take this one.
Yeah, man, started it. Coach Fresh album.
Coach Fresh.
Yeah, man, bless.
Double tap.
Yeah, I was considered old school, man.
That's crazy. So before you even dropped your first album,
I was considered old school, G.
That's insane to me. Like
that's like Chuck D. When Chuck D started, Rick Rubin wanted him on Def Jam, but he thought he was too old to rap.
Yeah, that's the difference. Chuck thought he was too old to rap. I didn't think I was too old to rap. I'm just saying people call me old, man.
Yeah.
Like he old.
Because Chuck D said he was looking at LL Cool J like, it's for the young kids.
Yeah.
But he was, you know what I'm saying? This is before they even got on.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, you know, it's about what you want to do.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm just happy to be here. So doing music, I love doing music. But that Mace track is crazy.
Yes.
That Mace track is crazy. And what I like about it is lyrical.
Yeah.
It's lyrical. And that's why I was mentioning the Cameron album, because it was lyrical. Dude.
Yes.
Like tracks, you know, like, I mean, certain things he talks about, I couldn't say.
Yeah.
Right.
But just the way he dissected those bars, man, dime after dime.
Yep.
Like, dude, he took time with that, man. Like, he really took.
I got to go take this in because I'm not a big Cameron fan.
If you respect hip hop and you respect the art of lyricism, you can't deny him as being dope.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like this. Even listen to Mace. Like I may have my ideas if a pastor should be spitting like that or not.
Yeah.
But all I know as an MC, as an artist, the way he put those bars together,
exactly,
is something that I have to tip my hat for. That's dope, man.
It's true.
Just like Remy, when Remy did what she did, she put her bars together, man.
It's true.
Oh,
she
man,
did.
That was what, 7 minutes?
Yeah,
she did.
She went straight too.
She did.
That was longer than the actual Ether record.
It's true.
Ether was like probably what, 5 minutes,
like
baby.
4 minutes.
She looped that. She looped that one. That instrumental was on loop.
Yeah, man. So that's the ticket right there. But I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Glad to you'll finally be on the show. You know what I'm saying?
So what have you heard about the Chalk Club? I'm hearing that.
Well, I saw what y'all did to man, the sexual chisnock.
Whoa. What we did?
What y'all did to the sexual chisnock.
We didn't do anything to him.
You know what I'm saying?
We did nothing to Chocolate. Shout out Chocolate.
Chocolate's my brother. I heard he came in here one way and he came out like little, you know what I'm saying? That's my man. Shout out to Chocolate, man. I love him, man. That's my smart.
He gave us a lot of stories. Actually,
can I tell you something? Chocolate's probably like the nicest person in hip hop that I know. He's too cool for hip hop. He's too nice, man.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to look out for Chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man. Love Chocolate. Matter of fact, he came by the listening session too that I had.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't able to make it.
What you think of the album though? Talked about him.
Oh, I listened to it after when it came out.
Yeah,
I was checking it out. I was like, the thing I liked about it was it had range.
Thank you.
You know, it wasn't just bar after bar. It was concepts like the tuition joint.
Yeah.
You know, like skyscrapers. Like the King Rain tribute.
Yes.
You know, it's varied. You know, it's got a lot of different moods on it.
Yeah.
The Damn has grown on me too.
The what?
Damn.
Oh, Miss Evans.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Miss Evans is dope.
That's a dope concept because like
they won't get
the character.
Exactly.
Right. And when you say Florida didn't make it, I'm like, they don't know nothing of what's going on here. Because half the people my age still don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, watch this now. Listen to what you just finished saying. Let's say you didn't know Murder Mace.
Yeah.
From Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Let's say you weren't around when he did what he did with Diddy.
Yeah.
those bars that he just dropped.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. At the end of the day, that's why I gotta say, don't make records, make history.
Yeah,
exactly. So it doesn't matter if you knew him from the Children of the Corn. That's the group they had back in the day with Big L and them.
Yeah,
all of them guys. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you never. If that's the first time you heard that dude spit, you can't deny that. That's some like smack right there.
It's true.
That's like
I find that a lot because a lot of people I see going back and forth online about it. They keep bringing up his past, but I'm like, you can't use his past with these bars. Like, listen to the track. The track. If you're gonna put Mace's track against Cam's track, which one do you think is better? Yeah, I like Mace's, but don't butt me.
Now, hold on, what's the butt though?
His background. He shouldn't be rapping like this. He was a pastor. He's something about
a pastor.
Pastor.
We're two shots in.
But they go into like different backgrounds, different gossip. Him and Diddy relationship thing that was rumored by Wendy Williams.
I will say
like people like to bring up random things, but it's like,
can he spit?
He can spit.
I will say
that's all it is.
He did make one of the big talking points in the song, Mace's song, was about Cameron and his sister. Now Cameron replied in his one and said he doesn't have a sister.
Right.
So you have to kind of take some of the stuff with a grain of salt because in the end it's a conversation, it's an argument. Right. So let me get to it. So when the Mace one dropped, everybody went and said, "Oh, Cam did this with his sister," but we don't know if that's fact. We don't know. We don't know everything
because you know how
we don't know.
Cam flipped it and said,
"Oh, sister,
it was your sister."
Yeah,
but remember, they were tight like this growing up.
Yeah,
from what we know. So if they were tight like this, maybe Mace's sister was his sister. Possibly. So maybe that's how Mace flipped it on him.
Possibly.
Maybe that's how Cam knows.
Lyricist.
You don't know. Like, there's so many things.
That's why I don't want to jump the gun.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I heard that track, that Cam track once.
Yeah.
Joint once right now.
Yeah.
There's certain lines that stick in my head with both of those. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have to go back and revisit. But the point I'm trying to make is they put time into those bars.
Exactly.
Yeah. They put time into those bars.
There's a history between the two of them, and it's like it's like it's either effortless for them to pen these bars and get it out the way they did, or they had to fight with themselves not to let certain things out, right, while they're penning these bars, right? But like, if people want to bring up people's past in terms of these two's career, if Mace didn't jump on a song, Cameron's career wouldn't be as big as it is. If Horse and Carriage didn't drop, where would Cameron really be right?
Crazy. But I want to get back to segue what you was talking about if there was like beefs.
Even in Toronto, like I've maybe heard of maybe one, and it wasn't even like a real beef. It was just over like two beefs. The Page and Drake over We Fly High.
Okay.
And then I think it was Drake and Cardi over what's the song he did with?
Drake has a lot of beef with a lot of people.
Something like that. But something they had like it wasn't even something you can call a beef. They didn't have
because Drake and Aristo.
It's more common now.
But yeah, so
but we don't hear about anything from the late 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. We don't really
even all the way from
we had competition
Coast,
though. We had competition. Like I love Mishy Meat. Without Mishy, there'd be no me. But let me tell you something. If Beef Factory was doing their thing, I'm doing my thing too. Because to me, I'm just as good or better than anybody. So that was my whole mentality. But that was my measuring stick right there to see what they were doing in that camp.
Right.
So it wasn't a beef thing. It was just like that. We just knew whoever busts, this is an important time for our lives right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whoever did what we do we're gonna make history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my whole thing was, where did I get signed? I got signed on Electric Circus. I got signed from Perform Electric Circus. I met Stevie B. Just happened to be right place at the right time.
Yeah.
When I was performing Electric Circus. But who did I know about Electric Circus? Watching Mishy Me on Electric Circus. I'm like, wow, maybe I got to do this thing. I did everything Beef Factory did. Yeah. I said, let me try to do my own thing with that.
Right.
But I learned from being a student.
So you were like, I was thinking this to myself, but I really didn't actually have too much to tie it into because watching your career, it reminds me of like LL's career, where you were the only one riding for yourself. LL doesn't have a camp. LL didn't have a team.
Yeah, there was
LL didn't have a crew. He didn't have a hype man. It was just LL. Yeah. Where as I watch your career, it's Maestro the whole way. So it's like, because you're talking about, Mishy's camp.
Well, you know what? I got to say a shout out to my man Farley Flex. You know what I'm saying? Because we might not necessarily do like BI like that no more, whatever like that. But like, he was solid in terms of like supporting me. in terms of like believing in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that went a long way to have a cat like that believing in you, because he had that voice too and that energy that was infectious.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So for that, I gotta say, maybe I didn't have like an army of 40 cats or 100 cats, but that dude right there, plus LTD, you know what I'm saying? It was a squad, you know what I mean? Because it was just that power that I came with that resonated with them, that certain things I didn't have to say, he said it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from that, it resonates across the whole country. So maybe I didn't have like a squad, like a Beat Factory or anything like that, but you know, I did what I did, you know, we did what we did.
I actually saw him at a community event 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
He's doing a lot of great stuff with his program.
Wicked.
Think First.
You know,
Farley Flex.
This is a dude, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, here, what? I shot a video for God Bless the Child. This song I had years ago. This dude came to the video with a school bus of kids that he taught because he was coaching them basketball. You see what I'm saying? So I might be coaching.
He was coaching?
I might be Coach Fresh, but that's Coach Flex.
Available right now on Apple
you know
Music.
Yeah. We'll get to that. But I'm gonna be Coach Fresh. But before that, that was Coach Flex, man. He was schooling all these kids. A lot of like he original Malvern. When people talk about Malvern, Scarborough, that's one of the first black families out of Scarborough, Farley Flex family. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of them cats, he taught them. They grew up watching them with basketball and stuff like that. So they know him from time. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Now he's trying to do his thing on that level. Yeah. Bless.
Is that how you actually got into helping the kids and going through the schools and all that?
Good question. To me, that's something we always did collectively. Like we always knew what we're doing is an impression that's going to last forever on our community. So I will say this, when I had two dancers from Scarborough and Backbone Slide, Mikey and Larry. They couldn't, their parents wanted to come on tour with me. Yeah. So Friday said, let's hold a competition. And Jane and Finch, that's how I hooked up with Frankie and Derek. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was always, Friday was always a community dude. You know what I'm saying? So even when I did, I was a gold artist, platinum artist, but I was still in the jungle doing like talent contests, judging talent. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that was his mind. Like no matter what, no matter how high we are, let's keep it to the ground so the community watch us. And no matter what, they'll see that. You know what I'm saying? We were in the jungle. Yeah. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Judging. Platinum record, platinum, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Juno nominated, winning, whatever. Who cares? But I'm there judging like talent contests. Yeah. That's because of Farley saying, yo, let's do this. You see what I'm saying? Me, my mind might have been, that's a cool idea, but let me do something else. His mind was like, yo, let's try to do that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of times I don't really, because I do my own thing, but when you reflect and you think back, certain things you have to give credit where credit is due. Okay. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Yeah, this is my question. I think I'm segmented to this. Look at the look he's giving me. Yeah, I always do this. Every artist comes through. I'm interested. We're all artists. We all travel. And please don't go PC on me. Let me know for real. When you get the word that you're doing a tour or a concert, and there's that one CD that comes up, what is it? What's the one that makes you good? You say, look forward to. I gotta go there. Like I can't wait to go there.
Probably Vancouver, man.
Yeah.
Vancouver is just dope. Yeah. It's West Coast, man. It's just chill. That's the Rascals. Yeah. That's my family over there, man. Matter of fact, I just came back from Vancouver, man. I'm always in Vancouver's my home away from home. Matter of fact, my son is born in Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Vancouver is dope to me, man. It was like that's my Toronto, because we love Toronto. Yeah. But we like traveling, like West Coast, man.
Is there a particular show that comes to mind when you think of Vancouver?
You know what really sticks in my head with Vancouver? The Beachcombers, man. Okay. When I never went to Vancouver before, watch what I'm saying. Listen, my whole vision of Vancouver was just logs in the water. Right? I'm just saying that was my whole thing. I just saw a Bruno Gerussi, the white dude with the afro, and them logs because we see beachcombers. Yeah. But when I flew to Vancouver, we saw those logs, but we didn't see no beachcombers. So you got me thinking like, yo, like why not Vancouver? That was not what I expected. I did not expect to see Vancouver like that. Yeah,
it's a great thing about traveling because you hear things, man. But until you go out there and see
but that's even the same thing I was thinking when I watched Kings of Kensington when I lived in Calgary. I'm like, I found out this is in Toronto. Yeah. I went to Kensington. I'm like, this is the same. There's something different about this.
Dude, but like, Vancouver's just dope, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope city, man. And the thing is, the Rascals, they used to be called the Ragamuffin Rascals, man.
Say word.
They wouldn't call the Rascals.
What year is this? Because there's a lot of groups that transition, like the Locks were.
They used to be the
Warlocks.
Yeah, that's true.
So they transitioned before they really hit.
92, 91, 92.
Okay.
The Ragamuffin Rascals.
Wow. I'm checking. I'm looking this up.
Cyprus. The beats were. I'm like, who are these guys? Like, I wanted to know who are these dudes, man. Like, where? It was just ill because in Toronto, we just knew Toronto. That was it.
Yeah.
And people be like, "What's up with the rest of Canada?" Because we didn't know. It's not like we thought we were better than anybody. We didn't know.
We
didn't know about Calgary. We didn't know about other spots like this. You know what I'm saying? I thought they hated us over there. Like I thought but they just need a couple drinks, then they open up. Right. So when I think of Vancouver, I just think of my initial thought of it to what it actually is, man.
Yeah.
So Vancouver is dope. Plus my son was born there too. You know what I mean? So
actually, it made me think. You mentioned your son. You said Young Stro. Did you actually name your son Maestro?
No, hell no.
When I heard you say Young Stro, I'm like, I understand it, but just in case, I have to ask just to be sure.
Yo, Young Stro, take out the garbage. Young Stro, take out the garbage. Now, come on, son.
Young Stro, your backbone sliding too much. Take out the garbage.
Young Stro, yeah, man. Nah, man.
Okay, what is your favorite out of your first two like major hits? What is your favorite hit?
My favorite, man. Mm-hmm. Backbone slide, dude. And I tell you why Backbone.
You can't lose with it.
Nothing I can't lose, but I remember, like, I know exactly where I was when I first heard that spun, man. There's a club called Falcon's Nest in Scarborough, man.
Yeah.
There's a club we used to go to. You know what I'm saying? Check things, feel nice. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Heavy D song was on called I Want Somebody to Love Me For Me. I'll Be Sure.
Yeah.
Me and Farley were talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know Backbone just dropped and Farley's eyes just opened like this. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Then I'm listening. Then I just heard, and while I want somebody to love me for me, we just heard boom, boom, bap.
Oh,
boom, boom. And we just like, they're playing our song, man. And I'm getting chills even telling. I still get chills. We jumped around that club like idiots, man. And people were like, because that was the first time ever you hearing your joint played mixed in with one of the top MCs out of New York City, Heavy D. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, Backbone slide because the what it stood for. It stood for like changing of the guard. It stood for that's the original hip hop official Canadian hip hop national anthem, son.
Yeah.
Scarborough. You know what I'm saying? And what it did for Canada. You dig? You see what I'm saying?
And that intro is so epic.
The intro was crazy, man. The track, you know what I'm saying?
Like that's how you start a track.
When I heard the song on the radio, I'm like, song's dope.
Thank you.
When I saw the video, I'm like, this guy in the tux right now?
Yeah.
That was the wickedest part.
That was like I'm saying, like, the man's in the tux, he's hard as hell.
It was a great theme. It was what that we needed to introduce.
As you can see, thank you. I'm a concept-driven artist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially that album. That album, the first album, and Coach Fresh too, as a concept-driven album to some capacity. I didn't want to bombard it with rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? But that was crazy, man. But Backbone Slide is like that's my joint forever. And the thing is, it's like this, man. I know a lot of artists. Some artists, I ain't gonna mention their names, but they front like they'll do a show. They don't want to do their hits. How could you not? Fans came to see your joints.
Exactly.
Now,
true.
That actually brings up a good point. A friend of mine, we had an argument about it because he's like, why do the artists always do their biggest songs last? And I'm like, well, that's really what they pay for.
Yeah.
The big tune. You got to make them wait. Is that something you do, or is it like I'm gonna do Backbone whenever I want?
Whenever I want.
So Backbone doesn't close it. What closes it? On a particular night.
Conducting things?
Okay.
To close it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dope, man. So I'm just happy. Listen, man, I'm so happy to be here, man. Still making music, and we can look back and be like, yo, that was a classic.
And the music's still dope, man.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
like
you.
I'm sitting there,
like you're on a trip.
Even
listen for what you're saying. I could tell you listen to the album, like the lyrics. I'm not sure because you're dissecting certain things that only someone who listened to the shit would really reach. You know what I'm saying?
There was another thing we want to ask about. There's two now, but
tuition,
Tookie.
Oh yeah.
Really
the first line, as soon as it came, we're like,
okay. First and foremost, my question is, was that planned? That's gonna be your first line for the album.
I had a conversation with Tookie.
I know it was my first line for the album, but I knew it for the song.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to say for the song.
Maybe I heard it the wrong way, but yeah.
No, it's first. Is
it the first song?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, Put Your Guard Up is the first song.
Yeah,
I'm saying, when I wrote the song, I didn't necessarily say this is gonna be the first song on my album.
Yeah.
I just wrote that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then
Wicked opening line, same way.
I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? How many cats?
What was that conversation? Because that is an amazing thing for me.
Dude, how many MCs can actually say that besides Snoop?
Exactly.
Besides,
they can't.
Ice-T.
Most time, beside a West Coast artist.
What MC could say that? Like
Not
from
even
Canada, from
not
Toronto.
American.
Exactly.
Not even American artist, Canadian artist.
I'm not a gangster, but I had a conversation with Tookie. Peep the credentials, son. I'm far from a rookie. I'm a young Toronto rappers who just entered the game. There's a reason why Sway always mention my name. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's
name
real.
checking out the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like listing, like.
But even
like,
there's another one you mentioned about riding with the Paid in Full, the rich and poor. That's true too.
In the movie Paid in Full, I rode shotgun with Money Mitch.
Yes.
My bars are rugged, banging hard like Razor Ruddock's fist. If you look at, I was in the movie, man.
Yes.
I was in the movie. I mean, Makai is my brethren. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Makai liked that. I put that on Instagram. Makai's like, yo, those bars are dope. But getting back to the Tookie line, I was in the movie called Redemption with Jamie Foxx, which was the biopic of Stanley Tookie Williams. I played the character Tony Bogart. Yeah, they put me on the phone with him. You know what I'm saying? Just for him to say thank you for being a part of this, and I'm like, thank you for, you know, I'll do my best for your biopic. You know what I'm saying? And he was peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was happy to.
That's big.
He was happy to have something like that come into fruition. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I thought that should be something that should be documented.
No, definitely.
And
for sure.
Yeah. You asking me about it, it's cool, man.
Now, speaking of your acting career, a friend of mine, I was speaking to her today, and she wanted me to make sure you knew that your run in Metropia was one of her favorite, you know, as your character in that show. She loved that show, and she wanted to know. Hey! She wanted to know what it was like, you know, doing the show, and she wants to come back.
Nah, man. Metropia was like boot camp, man. I'll talk about it in a second. Let's go.
Okay.
What's going on this, man?
To acting.
Yeah, to acting and whatnot, man. Bless him. So, episodes in 90 days or some shit like that. Crazy shit.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, we did like 4 episodes a week. Ooh, crazy, man. That was my boot camp. That's why I don't want it to come back. Not want that to come back. Man.
And how many hour days are you doing?
I can't remember. Dude, you just brought back. I had a good time with the cast.
This is a PTSD type of situation right now. Like you're putting in post-traumatic stress right now.
Exactly.
Hey,
I saw it in his face when he mentioned it. You're just like,
No. When you said Metropia, fine. But then you went on. Now I'm actually thinking about the blood, sweat, and tears we had to do for that. Oh my goodness, I never want to do that shit again, man. Never, man. It was too many episodes, man. An episode a day, dude.
Yeah.
But that gave me the energy and the experience to do other projects. Man.
Yeah.
You know, as a matter of fact, I just had an audition in this building here this week.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I still auditioned. I had a damn good audition. I bodied it. They stood up, shook my hand, like dope, like wow. Get the part? Nah, man. But I know I killed the part. I know I killed my audition.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So in the game of acting, you gotta expect to get dissed hard all the time.
It's crazy because Daniel was here. He was on the show, and we asked him a similar question, and he was like, "It's one of the things where it's like, you do the audition, you do your best, and you hope there's at least a little bit of feedback to help you get better, or do what they needed you, because like you don't always get the feedback, right?
Yeah.
So he was saying that he has trouble with that. What's the hardest thing about auditions for you?
I just get nervous though, man. I still get nervous with auditions, man.
Yeah.
I always think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
To me, I feel
it's a good thing, but can I tell you something though? I wasn't nervous about this one.
No.
Okay. I saw the script, and I know I'm busy right now with my album and stuff like that. So my agent going into this, man. And because I just want to see how I would do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see how I do under pressure. Just came back from New York, man. Just finished shooting the
Skyscraper video.
For Skyscraper.
I saw that today too.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just finished doing that. My head is like, and from that was Vancouver. I'm just messed up, man. I just need rest. But when I saw that script, I'm like, you know what? You got nothing to lose. Go for it, man. And I bodied that audition. Doesn't mean I got the part. I don't think I got the part because they would let me know. but I smashed that. I'd say I smashed that audition. Man.
Yeah, you're proud of yourself.
I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because one, I wasn't nervous. A lot of pressure. It was like, Wes, you tired, man.
Yeah,
you're really tired. But I still went in. It was an emotional thing. I had to get like emotional.
It was an emotional scene.
Yeah, man. And I'm like, I left the room patting myself on the back. Like if I never get that part,
you still know
it's all good. And it showed me, continue doing what you're doing because you were called under pressure. Look what you did. So what it's meant for you, what's meant for you in life, no one can take away from you, man.
So
you know what I'm saying?
While we're on acting, what's a role that you want to play? What's Maestro's ideal role? Like Robert Downey Jr. Once he hit Iron Man, I think that's it for him.
Walter Rodney. You ever heard of Walter Rodney?
Mm-hmm. No.
Walter Rodney was a Guyanese activist. You know what I'm saying? Walter Rodney would be fresh to play. You know what I'm saying? If they ever do a biopic of him, that'd be fresh. You know what I'm saying?
You never wanted to actually.
It would be fresh to play.
You already know.
It was good. It was good.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Something like that. Something ill like that. You know.
Written a script or anything?
I wrote scripts, man. But when it's time to come into, when it's time to happen, it's time to happen. You know. Yeah, I don't just sit sit back twiddling my thumbs when I'm acting. I try to do different things, man. And the foundation of that is hip hop. That's what you learn from. You know what I'm saying? So.
Speaking of which, sorry, I don't know. You were talking about getting nervous before auditions.
Yeah.
And then this particular one, you weren't nervous.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous before shows or speaking engagements? Is it still the same? Is it still the same?
I get nervous, man. I get nervous. I had a show last night, but why wasn't I nervous? You know why? Because it was a whole bunch of artists together.
Okay.
That's why I was.
Yeah, you know what? I had that feeling. If I have like people I know there, I'm good to go. Yeah, I'm good to go. But if it's a brand new place,
I want to say something before I forget. You mentioned King of Kensington. Yeah. So, an acting. So the guy who played King of Kensington, rest in peace, his name was Al Waxman. That was a dude. So I remember I remember meeting him at an award show, and I was young, so I just started acting. And I ran up to him, like, hey, Mr. Waxman, how you doing, man? Maestro Fresh Wes, but, I'm acting now. He just looked at me and went, gave me like a pat on my cheek, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was dissing me or
Wait, you didn't explain it?
Nah, dude.
And then he just walked away.
Yeah. The dude, I'll never forget that dude. Look at me.
He's Jewish,
right?
Like,
yeah, Jewish.
Yeah, he's like, good luck.
Yeah, like it was so condescending, dude.
No, I don't think it's like
no, but to me, I didn't know how to take it.
What was it? How was he standing? How was he looking at you?
He was like,
I think he's like, you'll learn.
Yeah. So it wasn't condescending, but it was like, how the fuck do I take this? It's like if somebody said to me, yo, I want to be a rapper.
But it's also
exactly, and then walk away.
You walk away.
I'm gonna do that to my son and see how he feels.
It's also different if another man does it. If a woman does it, right?
No, but this is an older man, and he's like,
that's weird.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Tap on your cheek.
I kind of fucked up. Like, dude, what's good here, B? It was really good, But I guess it meant to me is like, listen, I decided to look at it as, you know what? You got a long way to go. And there are going to be obstacles. Yeah. There are going to be obstacles. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. But I'll never forget that, man. I remember when I first met Drake, Drake said to me, like, yo, because I was on Instant Star. He was on Degrassi. So the same company, Epitome Pictures, shot both shows. So the first thing Drake ever said to me was like, hey, how you doing? My music is coming. I'm like, good. Respect. Imagine if I went, I was gonna say, maybe. Imagine if I did that shit, B.
Hold on.
The funny part is listening to Drake's
music. Maybe that's the passing of the torch. Maybe he was doing something.
King of Kensington was a passing of the torch. Fuck that. King of Kensington was not passing the torch. You know what I'm saying? Even if you felt that way, give me like a word. Yeah, whatever.
Give him a back.
Pat the back or something.
A word. Give him a word.
Like just so. Yeah. Imagine Drake coming to me like, yo, man, my music's coming. I'm like, and just walk out. Come on,
you definitely me when I heard a Drake record against Maestro.
That track would have been up. That track would have been up.
It would have been. Look, it would have been straight up. Yo, I got Maestro. Maestro pat me on the face. It would have went in on Maestro.
Nah, man, you gotta let people know. Make them. Well, anyway, that's his way of
no, that's still
inspiring. What it kind of fucking. But like to me, just like I said with Drake or whoever it is, man, it's like yo, you know, patience and you know, you keep it moving because that's my memory of the King of Kensington. Him giving me that. That's the cheek tap. The cheek tap, Brendan. What the fuck? That's crazy. Is that a cultural? We might have to Google that.
That's why I said he's Jewish.
He is Jewish.
That's why I said he's Jewish because I've seen other people, other Jewish men do this.
I didn't like it.
But they've actually, there's never been an actual moment of silence. There's always a conversation.
Yeah, he just walked off in the mist. Humphrey Bogart type shit. Did you see his aura? The guy disappeared, man. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? You know what I'm saying? But I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget that, man. And the thing is, in life, you want to leave a good impression the first time you meet heads. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you meet cats. I remember Public Enemy. When I gave Chuck D my album, he looked at it, Flavor Flav looked at it and said, yo, man, there's room here for everybody, man. I'll never forget that, B. I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was on CKLN, I was 15 years old. Ron Nelson said, yo, that's Melody MC, and damn, he's good. That was my first impression of Ron Nelson. So you remember people's first impression. Yeah. You know, my first impression of King of Kensington was giving me that fucking slap on my cheek. You know what I'm saying? Cheek tap.
So was that your first MC name?
Melody MC, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the one you went in with it? Like you might have had like a couple names before. What's the one that you were
Melody MC? Melody MC was the rap name, and then it was AKA Fresh Wes. And the reason I changed it from Melody MC is because BDP had an artist named Miss Melody. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, man, maybe I should go with the Fresh Wes. Then after that, my man Richard Small was saying, yo, you need a title. And then I was looking for a title for something on top of it. Then I came up with the Maestro.
Okay.
Fresh Wes, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, and it just stuck after all these years, man. But getting back to that situation, like my whole thing is I like to let people know they can do it too. That's just how I am, you know. And I know I'm only bugging with Al Waxman though. To him, it wasn't a total diss, but it was just like he could have said something. Maybe that's his way of saying,
bro, that's still like
I'll never forget it, dude.
That's something you'll never forget. You'll never forget that, right? The man taps you, just disappears.
You'll disappear.
That's something you'll never ever.
You didn't see him for the rest of the night.
Never. That's cool. Never. He's gone. Ever in my life.
That's the first and only time.
First only time I see the guy.
Yo, you know what's funny?
Brethren, I was excited. Listen, you understand? Nah, son. No,
you know what's funny?
I'll tell you what's not funny. I seen him, and I had to like go. Like I was amped to see the King of Kensington. So I had to bypass people, get around because I was over here. He was on. I had to bob and weave around. Like I had to be able to finagle. Came around just to tell the dude, like, yo, I just want to meet you, Sam. You know, it was work. There was
work to get there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got the face tap, and then he walked off in the mist. Some Humphrey Bogart shit.
I think you're looking around.
And I ain't never seen him again, B.
There's a story that Steve Rifkin from Loud Record tells about when he first signed Wu-Tang. He said he was playing, they were playing Protect Your Neck in the office, right? So he's playing it loud. He said a guy ran in and said, yo, that's the dopest shit I ever heard, and ran out. He signed them. He said he never saw that guy again. Doesn't know who he was, where he came from. He was like, yo, we don't know if Wu-Tang set it up. He was like, we don't know if Wu-Tang set it up, but he said he never saw that guy again, ever in life.
And you'll never forget that time right there, man. It's true. Forget that time. Crazy. Like, never forget that time. Nah, man. Speaking of Wu, man, I got a Wu-Tang story, man. I got a Wu-Tang story, man. Because, like, yo, when I put out, wow, see how life work? The dude who just shot my video for a Skyscraper, he's from Staten Island, man. His name is Gerald Barkley. He's from Park Hill. Okay. So he grew up and went to high school with all those guys, with all those dudes. That's my man, GB. So before I even got formally introduced to Wu-Tang, my man Mike Lasker used to manage them, used to represent them, and they had a show at Jones Beach. All they had out was Protect Your Neck, and the original B-side wasn't Method Man, it was After the Laughter.
Tears.
They'd be tears.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the original B-side of Protect Your Neck.
Okay.
You know what? I think the Method Man just dropped. That was when I met him. It was the new single. So now it's like I'm in Staten Island with these cats, and it's like we're on the way to Jones Beach. Ghostface was sitting right here in front of me. Raekwon was sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? We left Staten Island, went to Brooklyn to pick up ODB.
Yeah.
And the Jizza. Jizza did not say one word, but whoever was driving moved out the way, and the Jizza was the driving. He was the driving. He was the one that's driving the squad, the clan to Staten. It was just the way, because you know now they're legends. Yeah. But now you're sitting back and you're just watching, you're just peeping how this whole thing plays out, man.
Yeah.
The quarterback, that's the Jizza.
Yeah.
So whoever was driving,
that's what they call
moved out the way, and the Jizza will drive the clan to Staten Island. I'm just watching all this. Ghostface was sitting right here, and he was like, "Yo, God. Are we gonna argue like this every time we do a show, God? Are we gonna be arguing like this all the time?" Like I'm just like, yo, because the guys are arguing, you know what I'm saying?
Who exactly was he arguing with at the moment?
Ghost wasn't arguing with nobody, but Raekwon was yelling at somebody, right?
Okay.
Like, I'll never forget this.
Sounds about right.
I'll never forget this, beat. But when Method Man got in the van, he just brought like everybody was happy because Meth was. But when they went to Brooklyn, this is what I'll never forget, because they went from Staten Island to Brooklyn before they went to Long Island. That's when they got the first box of Wu-Tang t-shirts.
Oh,
So when they opened that box and they saw that t-shirt, man, the words, I'm getting chills, man.
You were there watching.
I'm there with the band.
You're watching this.
Raekwon looked at the shirt and he smiled like, wow. He looked at the shirt and said, "We're going to go gold, man." He didn't say we're going to be, man, listen, man.
Gold.
He didn't say back then, he didn't say we're going to be platinum. He didn't say we're going to be like legends.
We're going to go gold.
We're going gold.
We're going to go gold, man. And then they're playing on tape. They had the cassette of an interview that Method Man did on the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
The interview ended up being the interludes between the stuff. So I was hearing that the first time those cats were in it. So all those, when Meth was saying Wu-Tang, we connect like Voltron, whatever you're saying.
Yes.
You're like, yo, who told Meth to say all that? Meth, who told you to say all that? Right? So I was hearing it for the first time with those guys.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Those ended up being interludes and tops of the track. That's my Wu story, man.
That's crazy.
Who can say that, B? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
That's wow.
Yeah,
for that moment.
Man, so that's my Wu story, man. Just to see like an idea take it to the world, man. And that's what I want to see with artists, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I like about Staten Island, here's every borough in New York City.
Staten's different.
Every borough in New York City was representing though. Yep. Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Long Island, everywhere but Staten Island. And those guys were so hungry. When they came with a force that shook the world. Guess what? Look at North America. Every region of North America has been touched with hip hop, except Canada. We were hungry just like everybody else.
Exactly.
And now look, who's at the top of the music hip hop food chain?
I was in New York. I was in New York last year.
I was in New York last
year. I was in New York last year. And as the radio's playing, we're in the car.
Give me the next one. That was cute.
No, you said you too, because
but that was cute though. That was cute.
Give me next one. Say one.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you said two, so I didn't want
one. That was really one though.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're in the car for like 25 minutes or so, and while we're in the car, my cousin's bouncing. It's like, yo, these songs are fire. Like, you do realize that all the songs we're bouncing to are from Canadian artists, right? He looks at me like, shut up. I'm like,
I'm gonna hit you with something.
Weeknd, Drake, Bieber.
I'm about to body
even the girl. What's her name? Alyssa Carr.
Yeah, and I'm gonna forget Melanie Fiona. I'm about to body all that.
And
I was just in New York last week.
Yeah,
performing SOBs. You ready for this? I'm standing outside. This dude's watching me. He goes, "I know you." I'm thinking, where you know me from? I'm in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't look like you know me from back in the days or whatever. Like, we mean you know me. You ready for this? Because you were in that movie, Four Brothers.
I was gonna say that too. Big movie.
Yo, I was with my homie. I'm like, yo, what the? That's the last thing I'm expecting to see. On my way in to see Belly and SOBs.
Yeah.
This cat looking at me, yo, and he's dissecting the lines. Yo, Victor Sweet. Yeah, he was dissecting. Yeah, he was the driver for Victor Sweet, and like he was saying the dialogue.
Yeah.
This dude, what he knew the words, man. Dude that was in Paid in Full. Oh, he's dissecting the words again. Like this guy had he has photographic memory for
movies,
movie bars. Yeah, man. I ain't never. But what he said was, I'm an artist too, man. I just did a track with Tory Lanez, man. And he said, the Toronto sound. That's what I want. The Toronto sound. Yeah. And I'm just trying to think, like 20 years ago, who would have said that, man?
Yeah, exactly. Yep,
who would have said that? This dude, not only did he I'm no one. He didn't know I'm the Maestro Fresh Wes. All he knows I'm that guy with the big nose from Four Brothers. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm from Toronto, and yeah, like you watching my ish, and yeah, like a lot of these cats grew up watching me, or if they didn't, they grew up watching the cats who grew up watching me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm glad that you're looking for the Toronto sound now, man.
Yeah.
Because we were students, and we still are students of music, but I'm glad that at the level we're at now, cats are really checking for us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to thank the Drake generation for that. You know what I mean?
So we do got to thank Drake. The way Drake has put a light on the city is one thing, but that wouldn't happen if you and Nishi and Cardi and Chocolate and Socks haven't done what they did as well. Dream Warriors. Cool. Like this steps to it.
It's true, but you made the crossover. Cardi made the crossover, and Shock made the crossover, and Socks made the crossover.
Yeah.
To the US.
Okay, this is what I have to say about all that shit. Thank you. This is what I got to tell you guys, man. Remember that movie I told you I was in with Stanley Tookie Williams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Foxx playing Tookie had a line in that. And the line was, because, you know, for all people who don't listen, Tookie was one of the founding members of the Crips gang. You know what I'm saying? And there was a line that Jamie Foxx said that resonated. He said, listen, man, if I didn't start the Crips, somebody else would have.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I always remember that. So when I get props like, yo, Wes, you did this, it would have. If it wasn't for me, somebody else would have done it. They might not have done like the way I did it, but somebody else would have done it. So it's hard for me to take claim for shit like that. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
If you came up around the era of me, then I can understand. But if you came up like 30 years later, dude,
you just don't know.
It's a different. They didn't grow up watching me like that, man. That's their lane. I'm from the era of the physical. This is the era of the digital. You know what I'm saying? Cardinal, he's an artist where he falls right in the middle where, you know, from Old Testament and New Testament, you got Cardinal, right? He's that cat who will tell you he learned his style to some capacity listening to Mishi, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he could flex with this generation too.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the right, you know, I'm from the era, I told you, I was considered old school in 87. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
So when I hear people claim it, like saying, you, Wes, you did this, thank you. But these guys did their shit, man. And when you hear my album, that's because I'm inspired by these cats doing what they're doing. Am I trying to rhyme like them? Am I trying to sound like them? Hell no. But the energy, the work ethic that they're doing right now, I'd be lying to myself to say that didn't inspire me to do.
Like your beat selection on this whole album is crazy.
Yeah. Thank you.
The whole album was crazy.
Thank you.
Let's say with Toronto Icons, that has a new sound to it.
Yeah.
How did that come across?
You know what I like? Somebody
before that.
What?
How did you pull that off that miracle?
Yeah, because we've talked about Infinite.
I'm from Rex, and I was told that would never happen. I was told
Infinite.
I was told that was never going to happen.
Infinite going to see this?
Not from
anybody. I want Infinite to be online right now.
Not from anybody. Not from anybody directly in any camps, but like just from
right now.
Just from
tell him to message him on the link on Instagram.
Yeah, we spoke to him about coming up here.
No, but I want
him to talk to he wants to hear right now.
Lesser.
Because honestly, like we've been talking about,
never thought that was gonna happen.
This guy for forever. We're like, where's Infinite been? Like, I haven't seen this guy for.
Yo, I hope he answers, man. Yo, Inf. Yo, listen. I'm on this podcast right now.
Welcome to the Shot Club.
It's called the Shot Club, right?
Right.
And the question is, how the hell did we pull off a track with Ghetto Concept and Infinite? So this is going live right now.
2017.
In 2017.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, yo, I told you I love you. You're my brother, and it was an honor to work with you and Quadro and Dolo together. That was like the icing on the cake for my project, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And you know what? I think if anybody else called us to do that, we wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have did it. And only because it was you.
Thank you, brother.
That's why we did it.
I love you, man. You know that, B. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro. We love you too.
So now we just demand some talking about how did I pull that off, man? Because people saying that would never happen.
Infinite disappeared, bro. Like we didn't know Infinite was around anymore musically at all. So to see you jump on a track with Maestro, it's like
one thing.
That's one thing.
Like, what the hell?
We've seen that before. We've seen Maestro and Infinite. Maestro, Infinite, and both members of Ghetto Concept. For the first time, all three members of Ghetto, because I know Ghetto Concept as three members.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Rexdale. So when that separation happened, it was kind of weird for me to see it. But to see this in 2017 out of nowhere, wow. And then to see you guys at the listening party with Dolo there, man, I'm a kid again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a kid again.
Imp, I told you, son. I'm telling yo, Imp, we did it, my G. We did it, man. I'm telling you. No, we did it, my G. Understand what I'm saying? This ain't for me, this for hip hop. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People need to hear this shit. This is, you know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me yesterday, go, yo, Wes, can I ask you a question? I said, what? Why do you write so hard for concept, man? And I'm saying it because I love concept. Understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why I put them on my album, B. Understand what I'm saying? I want to see cats together. I want to see you guys do some more work together. And I'm glad you guys did that for me. But it's like, this ain't just for me. This is for hip hop, man. Because the young generation, they don't know. The young generation don't know.
Easy on emotion lives forever, man.
Hey! So Imp, you got to come on the show. It's called the Shot Club. So every time that bell rings, I got to take a shot. So we're going to take a So hold on a second. So hold on. This shot's for Ghetto Concept.
In the making.
Yeah,
definitely.
Man. Yeah, man. So we talk about y'all. Any question you can ask Imp?
We'll have him. We'll have him soon. We're actually, I'm already in talks with Infinite. This is Cheza. So yeah, we'll talk soon though.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Definitely. We're gonna have to get you up here. You already know. We're getting you up here.
And you can't be like Maestro saying that you ain't drinking as hard as us either.
we drink responsibly over here. So you got to get you a driver, man. We got our designated driver over here. The coach is going to drive.
Call me Coach Fresh, man. I'm Coach Fresh, man. So I'm designated driver these motherfuckers. You know what I'm yo, but Imp, we gonna chop it up tomorrow, whatever, like that. But no, like they just mentioned, Toronto Icon. So I said, you know what, man? Let me just see if Infinite picks up the phone.
Definitely.
Man. And I'm glad you. Yeah. All right, we chop it up, okay, homie?
All right, tomorrow.
All right, bless.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. To me, that's the OG, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy. That's
the OG right there, man. And it's like, you know what it was? I was showering, and I just finished listening to Precious Metal.
Oh, man.
Filthy and Rotten, Ringleader, Food Eater, and I'm like, yo, the album's done. Do one more track.
So you had the 12 songs done. And like,
yeah, it was supposed to be 12, a nice easy 12.
So you're like, no, I can't. So there's like, you're just like, no, I can't. It's not finished.
Once you heard that song.
It was 11 plus a remix,
right?
Of the Skyscrapers remix. I'm good.
Yeah,
I really want was 10,
right?
You know, but then my man, shout out to my man Motif Alumni, he came with the remix. Of Skyscrapers. He's like, I met him through Showbiz at DITC. So
okay.
I'm like, yo, let's do a thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me just see if I could get concept, you know. And then they were like, yo, I talked to Quadro. Quadro was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quadro talked to Dolo. This is good. So we just had to find the rhythm.
Yeah.
So then Soundsmith gave us the rhythm.
Quadro didn't make that?
Quadro and Soundsmith.
Okay.
Together.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And and then it's like, yo, you guys, this one you want to rock with? Okay, cool. Then I came up with some melodies. That was somebody asked me, is that who's singing on the track? It's me singing on that.
Yeah,
shut up!
Somebody asked at the listening party.
Yeah.
Because we're in the car, we're like, I'm like, because I'm listening to it at home. I'm like,
that's all me, son.
I'm like, is that Infinite singing?
Nah. Well, at the end, at the outro,
yeah,
I said, okay, boom, let's all sing. I'm gonna do one thing. I want to know how many times. Then Infinite, you come in, you sing this part here.
Yeah.
Dolo, you do this part like that. You know what I mean? I was Maestro up in that shit. I was Coach.
Because this little asshole over here is like that. It's the light skin guy.
I'm like, the light skin wants to sing.
What light skin do?
Infinite.
That was Infinite.
No, because I'm like, you know this how.
Well, listen.
I'm like the dark ones. They were
rapping, and the light skin
singing.
Really?
No. Like I wrote the hook, I wrote the bridge.
That's big.
You guys like that?
That is big.
Like, yeah, Wes, that's dope.
That's a super twist for me because I did not know that was you singing.
Well, you know, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock.
Yeah,
like those are melodies.
Yeah,
I was melody MC before I was a Maestro Fresh Wes, so melodies is what I do. That's what I come up with. So, you know, when I came up with that, it was like those guys liked them. Guys, you sure you like that?
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, that's it, Wes, that's it. So I said, Imp, I want you to come in with me right after. When I do my part, I want you to come in just like I'm amped to see what Imp is gonna do. Because my first line was, when I come to your crib. I wish that I could tell you all the things that we did.
So that's funny because you got a very interesting song you put out.
I know your mom.
Well, we'll get to that.
So I did that, right?
Yeah.
Then I go, I want you to come in like that. Right? He goes, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I know he said he was gonna do it, but until I heard him do it, then he said, "Oh, where was that when it was out here?" I'm like, "Yes, yeah, okay, he could do it too."
Yeah.
You know, so let's do this, man.
Yeah,
Old Thugs in Harmony, man. That's who we are, man. I told that to Rich Kid. I told Rich, man, we got a song coming up with Ghetto Concept. We harmonize. He goes, what you guys, Old Thugs in Harmony? I go, yeah.
That sounds like Rich. That sounds like Rich.
That's some Rich Kid shit,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's some Rich Kid shit.
Well, yeah, like we did it, man. And then Quadro, he was on board too.
Yeah.
All those melodies at the beginning, that's Quadro. He did his parts like that. Like,
yo, yeah.
And then, but basically, to be honest, all we did was an alley-oop for Dolo just to slam dunk that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That was me not being selfish and who's gonna have the illest 16. No, okay. Let the Grinch just break that backboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we did, man. And like I said, I'm fans of concept and it's like it was an honor.
That's one of the songs that really stand out on the album. I see, just because
You
don't expect it, but it doesn't sound like you're trying to sound.
That was so
you know
easy.
What I mean? You weren't trying to sound.
Yeah.
It was just, you can tell it flowed.
We had fun doing it, man. We had fun doing it. What other tracks you guys like besides, I know you mentioned Ambition, you mentioned.
I love Ambition. Homegirl, Faith Walker.
Yeah, she smashed that. Yeah. She smashed that.
Yeah.
Who you paying tuition to?
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk to
and also one with the King Rain.
I don't know all the names.
Yeah. That song?
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah,
thank you.
I like Mr. Evans.
Yeah, we shot a video for that.
Mr. Evans and Damn?
Because
Damn!
Because it's
Damn!
just it's a concept record, but it doesn't sound like a concept record. You know, like it's not like there's a mood to a lot of concept records. It's a little mellow. This is a hard track. Like this is now you got to listen to what he's saying because to get the whole
you listen to it. You talk about Florida. Never mentioned that was like obviously the inspiration of the first verse. The devil planted fear inside the black babies. 50 Cent. So
they're going crazy.
That was my man Ghostface, one of my favorite MCs of all time.
Woo!
Right? But then I flipped on top of that, Florida never made it to the quarter.
Yeah.
That's some warning.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, from Biggie. You know what I'm saying? The average. So I'm surprised. I might say I'm surprised, but I'm glad you got that. Thank you for listening. Because I put those two together like that, knowing it'll go over the head of like 90% of people. It'll go over the head of people, you know what I'm saying? And but I don't even know if Razzcast caught that at first.
How did that happen? Like
Razzcast, he sounded like Mad Child on that.
Vocally, his vocal is like Mad Child, but he's lyrically.
I would have never guessed.
Me and him
the
together.
Features, no, just the features in general, like Kool Keith.
Yeah.
I didn't know Kool Keith's fan base out here was so strong. Shout out to Future Wave. He did a tune with him last year, and he said he did a show out here, and he was like, "Yo, place is packed out here." So, but I didn't know there was gonna be that connection with you and him, and then the Razzcast joined.
Okay, let me tell you something. I said to myself, "This is how this album happened so organically, bro." I said, "You know what, man? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna DM Kool Keith just to see if we'll do a collab together." Dude, I bullshit you not. I checked. I was ready to text him to see if his message was like, "Yo, I'd love to do a collab with you one day." This motherfucker beat me to it, man. You gotta be kidding me. I'm like, hell yeah. Dude, when I say this album happened so organic, just like me phoning Infinite now. He could have. How many times I post my fucking, he don't pick up right away. Yeah. He actually picked up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like things happened with this project. It was like spirits, like angels, just protecting this project for it to be such a painless. This is the most painless album I ever recorded in my life, dude.
You mentioned that at the
painless, man. There was no anxiety, no stress, no label bullshit, no ulcers, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
How was it like working with Sky Zoo?
Smooth, man. Smooth. It was like, you heard how he spit on that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I came up with the concept. If you notice, the concept was on Designated Driver. The song is we're enlightening a young generation. Yeah. I said I came with the brand Nubian, so a dip diver, hard to civilize an 85er, born to be the designated driver.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He comes with a Nas.
Yep.
He come with the Nas, like you know, shorty.
What? I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, these guys are making so many references right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, Maestro's making so many references to so many artists. I'm like, I gotta hear what Skyzoo's gonna do. And then this guy starts dropping some shit.
When he dropped the Nas,
I'm
the
like,
Illmatic, I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I'm like, yo, when I heard his verse, I got chills because it was like, wow, that means he didn't just dial it in.
Yeah.
He was dedicated and respected.
Yeah.
He the concept.
Yeah.
This 16, I'm gonna say something. And when he saw me come with the brand Nubian, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Grand Poobah right there.
Yeah.
He came with the Nas right there. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
You know, there are froze. Well, I gave up what was the line? I gave him jewelry. The same way Nas did it.
Yeah.
The same way he did it, man. And it was designated driver. Didn't dial it in. As obviously like Ras Kass. He didn't dial it in at all with Mr. Evans.
You got really quality features.
Features, yeah, man.
Like all across the board.
All across the board, man.
You know
what I'm saying? And then it's like that's a series that was called I've never had a song get reviewed as a perfect song.
Yeah.
So everything about Mr. Evans is perfect. That was what CBC said. When they damn,
that's
to
big.
go from the singing of Cindy Kane to like the Ras Kass, his verse to the subject matter to the everything is like
everybody sounded like they wanted
song.
to be there.
Yeah, man.
You know, like Danko Jones, like was on
He's
fire. Like
on fire, dude.
Like
I'm gonna kill you.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Like you can hear like the real. Like there's one thing to do a song, but it's another thing to embody what you do.
Yeah. And can I say something honestly? Yeah. I'm proud of myself with this. I wrote every single chorus. The Saukrates one.
Okay.
All those choruses.
That's big.
I wrote. You know what I'm saying? Big. The Jurassic Park, Rich did a little piece of the hook with me. Off of what I did. And what you call it? The first one, Put Your Guard Up. That was from a song called Disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
From Rich Kid.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? He was featured on it.
Yeah.
But I took that and I sampled that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to clear now. You're Rich. Come in and flip that. Yeah. But so although he wrote it, that was a part of his hook, of his verse. I made a chorus out of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jay-Z line. That's that Jay-Z line.
Kind of, yeah. But I had
it's not a diss, but you know.
But I had him on it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And he bodied it too. But I guess the point is that besides those two joints, I think I did good with the features in terms of even like the choruses, like Ivana Santilli on whatchamacallit, Tomorrow I wrote that. You know what I'm saying?
You wrote that one too?
Yeah, I wrote all the hooks, B.
That's big.
That like her vocals on that one. Is big.
Yeah.
Out of between her and Faith's vocals to me though, just like the way it's just so smooth.
God bless, rich. God bless, man. Like I've been blessed with the features, but because I'm a fan of the music, man. I'm a fan of these artists. I listen to Ivana and I know her. Like Ivana plays, she's a part of my band. Like when I do live shows. Ivana's my trumpet player, keyboard player, and background vocalist. She's nasty. So I'm like, yo, you've done all these shows with me, and you've never done a song with me.
Yeah.
Let's do this joint, man. Because I know there's a lot of female vocals I would love to work with, but I'm like, let me just do one with Ivana, man. And I know she's a big Prince fan. And when I heard the music that Tom Mason did on the joint, reminded me of like Darling Nikki or like Diamonds and Pearls. It was like a real retro joint, and I know she's going to body this. And when she did, but thank you, man. I really appreciate that because I love working with different artists, man.
I guess that begs another question. Who haven't you worked with that you're like, man, I gotta get in the studio with them?
Jully. I've done work with Jully Black,
Hey!
Give me a chance on one with your cousin. I'm good.
All right.
And then we'll wrap up with that.
I'm muted.
Well, here, take care of this.
I got it. That's surprising that you haven't done
Jully. Yeah.
You would figure with like the degrees of separation between.
Oh yeah, it has to be the right track.
Yeah.
It has to be the right track, right time, and right whatever. My girl, I love Jully Black, man. It's just it happened yet. I heard a certain tone for Tomorrow Never Promised. I heard a certain tone for Ambition, the Faith Walker track. You know what I'm saying? And when the right track comes, it's going to happen.
It's going to drop.
Yeah, man. So this is the Jully Black, man. We love you, man. Jully. We love you, man.
Jully, you coming on the show too?
Yeah, she probably won't do that, but
I'm still picking for these guys, Mike.
Truly, you find that a lot of women artists don't want to do this.
Oh, they just because I've talked to a few that come on the show, and they're like, no, can't drink with y'all. You know, I don't want to look sloppy or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, we like to make sure that we have we want to diversify.
This is grown men thing. That's why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, but you see me, I'm not gonna be sloppy, back going, gonna be sliding, tripping down the fucking stairs when I rap. Because I got young youths looking up to me, being like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. My whole thing is when I do shit, I want to be like, I want young men to be like, that's who I want to be like. When I turn 50, I want to be like that dude right there, as opposed to, why is that dude acting like a clown, man? I'm supposed to look up to that dude. You see what I'm saying? So everything I do, I keep that in mind, B. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I like about how I'm moving, that's why I said ahead of time, we're going to do this like grown men, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have somebody like staggering, stumbling.
No,
come
true.
On, B. I'm a spit like how we spit. Feel me?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm here, man, is my man, Chris Jackson.
Definitely.
That's my dude from time, man. That's the reason I'm here, man. He's right there, man.
He's the reason we're here.
He is the reason why we're here.
He's the reason we're literally here.
Chris came on the show.
He helped us move.
Chris came on our show. We're at MO's house.
Used to be an apartment. We used to chill on our friend's couch. MO, the fourth one.
We were on PocketLive.com.
Okay.
And it's so weird not having Pocket Live here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel it, but like me,
I'm feeling away.
Yo, he's gonna come back and bug.
I'm gonna say it. Shout out to everybody that was on Pocket Live. If you're watching on Max now, thank you for tuning in. Still,
we had
not all of us are Hollywood.
Chris
now,
Chris wanted to move us up into better things.
He put us in here. I'm bougie now.
But we started on Pocket Live, and we've had a great interactive Pocket Live community, and they've supported us. So we definitely got to thank you guys. Hope you guys are watching on Max now.
Yeah,
and, YouTube,
keeping it going.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, it's a blessing. So you asked me about tuition.
Yeah, who's tuition?
Okay, so for all you who don't know, I got a song on my album called Tuition, and basically tuition is about we as the black community. A lot of times when we separate, it's like we're giving the legal system our monies, and all we're really doing is paying for their kids' tuition at our kids' expense. I've never heard that concept ever in a song. No, so I thought that would have been a cool concept where it's like, let me have one story where the dude was just a dick. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to convey himself to me. And I'm saying like, dude, how you went about this was whack.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you did it in front of your son, like you hit the moms right in front of you hit the moms right in front of your son.
Exactly.
What's that going to do for future generations, my dude?
Sure.
Yeah. You understand? On top of that, your lawyer son Johnny is home chilling. He got a privileged life.
Yep.
I'm just stating the facts. You're the one who'll be paying for that. You help his pops get richer. Meanwhile, your son ain't even got a pot to piss in. Hope one day you get the picture. You should have did the knowledge and realize you're only helping Johnny get through college. That's bars, B. That's bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then the next verse, I go, let me flip the role, because I got homies where it's like they're trying to be a good father, but the female is giving them a hard time. So I try to be like fair with it, like balanced. So that story there is where the female is saying, I'm just gonna just make this guy's life miserable because I want to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At the expense of the child. Meanwhile, the lawyers are making their money, and you're helping pay their kids tuition.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So I thought that would have been an ill concept. So I'm a concept-driven artist. A lot of times with my songs, I come up with the concept first, and the rhyme writes itself.
Yeah.
For example, Coach Fresh. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about coaches. As soon as I figured out, like, I'll be ill if I just talk about like coaches. Once I came up with that, and I said, okay, it's gonna be football, because I know football, basketball, I know basketball in some capacity. The rhyme's gonna write itself.
I love the fact that the whole fucking hook is boxing.
Yeah, you want to be a part of that. Then I talk about baseball, but boxing and baseball. Yeah,
I'm like, fuck
he's
baseball
not a
coaches.
He's not a baseball guy, so
I'm like, fuck the baseball coach. But the fact that you start off like you want to be Mike Tyson.
I'll be a custom model. Dundee with Ali in Toronto fighting George Vallo. Rappers are lost. They searching for tomorrow. Need a father figure to follow. I'll be the one they want to call coach.
Fresh.
Come on, son.
Like
bars, B.
Bro.
Thank you.
And the video is just big too.
The lyrical video is big on that, man. But yo, man, thank you. And you guys listen to my stuff. You want to ask me something?
Now, I like the way with the pushing joint, how you wanted to show both sides of it. Recently, Lil Peep passed away. Now, one thing I've noticed with a lot of guys that are doing music today, they're only talking about the glory. They're only talking about the high. They're only talking about this. They're not talking about the lows. We come from a generation where artists talk about, yeah, I sold drugs, but here's what happened when I got booked.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting both sides.
Or even what happened in my neighborhood.
They
break it down.
What is it today to you? I guess I already know because you're community based, but what is, as an artist, what is it about telling both sides of the story that you have to do it? Because a lot of cats nowadays, when they tell these stories in these songs, their influence, they've got a huge influence, but they're only talking about when they get high. They don't talk about what happens afterwards. So when like a guy like Lil Peep passes, now it's R.I.P. this, that, third, but they don't talk about that part. Like a lot of new artists, they don't talk about that part. In the end, what is it about that responsibility with you?
I'll be honest, man. I just told you I love that Cameron album.
Yeah, it's true.
What he's saying is not something I would say, but the way he said what he said was just dope.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not every artist is going to be that dude to say or do certain things, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
I lead by example, my way. You see what I'm saying? My community let me know, Wes, this is how we feel of you.
Yeah.
This is how we want you to rock. Even if I don't want to, this is how my community let me know how I'm supposed to rock. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, I move accordingly. I try to move accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe it's not someone's issue to say talk about the highs and lows. Maybe they can just talk about the highs. They're afraid of talking about the lows. They're not built for that. Not everybody's built to be able to do certain stuff. Even when I'll tell you guys right now, man, when we did that Mr. Evans video, because it ain't out yet. Mr. Evans video, they had me as Malcolm X. They had Razzcast as Huey P. Newton. I'm like, bro, this is how you want. Yeah, you're Malcolm X, Wes. That's what the director said.
But it's crazy because you did that photo shoot.
I did a photo shoot, but the dude was like, yo, you're Malcolm X. Like, I just want to come like regular. No. We have the concept for the video. You're Malcolm X. That's who you're going to portray for this whole thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So my community, for whatever reason, my community let me know that we see you in a certain way. Exactly. You got to try to move this way that you're meant to. Like, why am I the one to be the first one to have a gold record out of Canada? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Peace. What's up, homie? You understand what I'm saying?
Odd man.
Am I making sense what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Like, why am I the one to have like be the first to do a lot of things? It must be for a reason. So if that's the case, you can't just overlook that. You got to move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Why you guys want me on the show? It must be a reason. After I came out like years ago, it must be for a reason. You see what I'm saying? So that being said, I try to move a certain way. You know what I mean? Being dope.
We know why you're here.
But actually,
you are. Hold on.
No, you understand.
I gotta say
no, definitely.
I gotta say this.
But he has to say this. He's right.
I gotta say this.
Actually, before we have like 5 minutes left, I want to get your thought on one main thing.
We get just 5 minutes left.
Yeah. We went 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we started 6:30.
8 o'clock.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck. My time is
Your
off.
computer's off.
Don't watch my computer.
Your computer's off.
Sorry.
Let me see what I gotta say.
What?
Finish it.
Let me see what I gotta say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We would love to have Mishi here.
Okay.
And just in case you're watching, Mishi, we would love to have you here. I think it's amazing that with our history as Canadian hip hop, a man and a woman started out and it's birthed this nation as far as hip hop. That's amazing. We don't have that in American hip hop. We know Bambaataa, we know Kool Herc, but we don't know the women that were at the forefront. We have Mishi, we have Maestro at the beginning. I think that's amazing. And I don't think it's brought up enough. And we got to give you your props. We can't give Mishi her props here until she gets here, but we'll still give her her props.
In the beginning, God created Maestro.
We definitely had to have you here because you're the beginning of this. You are to this country what Kool Herc and Bambaataa did. You are.
That's the thing, like you said earlier. It's he likes to hear it, but it's someone else could have did it anyway.
No. But
at the same time,
but that's the history.
Yes, it is.
So I appreciate that, and I do appreciate the history. One thing I want to add on too, on the Mishi Me tip, there's a few years back, maybe like 8 years ago, there was a mural, a big Rubik's Cube mural. I don't know if you guys remember that. and they were telling me about it. It's gonna be like the world's largest Guinness Book of World Records Rubik's Cube mural.
Okay.
They're gonna have me on it. They're gonna have Mishy on it. They're gonna have Drake on it. They're gonna have Saukrates on it. They're gonna have Cardinal. I think Kanon, and maybe like one other artist on it. And it's gonna be the biggest Guinness Book of World Record thing mural.
Yeah.
They asked me as they were putting it together. They said, Maestro, we've been talking. Some people think Mishy should go on first, or you. Who do you think they should go on first? Go, you gotta put Mishy me there first, man. You know,
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
For a second, I thought like if I was an ego dude, I would have been like, nah, come on, son. Godfather, put me. No, nah. Without Mishy, there'd be no me. That's the queen, man. I love Mishy. Understand what I'm saying? What she means to me. Once I saw her do what she did, that's what gave me that spark to do what I did.
Sure.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that being said, you know, ladies first, man. It's like all hail the queen. And in Canada, right here, that's the girl right there. That's a lady.
I saw Mishy at the Hard Rock Cafe about a year ago. This was before they closed down. And
which one? The one on Young and Dundas?
Yeah, right at the square.
Yeah, they closed it down.
Yeah, they're putting Shoppers.
Yep.
A Shoppers drug bar?
Yes.
Disrespecting.
Yes.
Especially in that square.
They had. It was a crazy night because it was Mishy was headlining, Keisha Fresh was on the show, Jellystone was on the show. Who else was on there? Man, it was just.
I haven't seen Jellystone either.
It was just like it was one of those nights where it's like I can't believe I'm seeing this right now.
Yeah.
Like Jellystone's on stage. I haven't seen Jellystone in how long? You know what I'm saying? But Mishy got on the stage and I'm like, wow, like her and Maestro are still at it. Not just resting on their laurels. They're at it. They're doing it. They're at it.
Actually, I put that as a Facebook status the other day. I'm like, people don't realize that within the next, I think I did this probably October, but by the end of the year, Daniel, Maestro, and Mishimi will have albums out.
Saukrates just dropped his album.
Yeah, Saukrates dropped.
Like
Saukrates' album is crazy.
I gotta hear it, man.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Like when I heard it, I was like, "There's no way you can listen to this man and say Drake wasn't studying this."
I got
three songs in. I'm like, that's the blueprint for what's happening right now. He was doing this in 97, 98.
From time.
Saukrates is the Prince Rogers Nelson of Canadian hip hop.
Hey!
Actually, I have a question for Saukrates. Let's take this shot.
Socks, we need you on the show.
So we're talking to the Chaclair. Chaclair was talking about how if he had the foresight, he would have started a label, or was it start the label and take everybody like Cardinal, Saukrates, all of them.
Because he was saying someone was signed to his label early.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. But in your song, you said if you had that, you would have signed Saukrates right away.
Yeah.
What stopped you from having that?
There was no industry.
But does Toronto still have an industry today?
But I'm saying back then, that line there was to give Sox respect more than to say that he's the icon that he is, more than for me to be a label dude. Yeah. That was just me giving.
Okay.
Like Sox is the illest. You see that? I just finished saying before the shot. He's the Prince Rogers Nelson. He's Canadian hip hop. If you put his name, if you put Saukrates' name right there, and you put lines, names like Cardinal, Drake, you'll see Chaclair, you'll see Redman, you know what I'm saying? You'll see so many degrees. Jully Black, you'll see so many different
Big Black
names.
Lincoln.
Big Black Lincoln.
You'll see King Ray.
You see King Rain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my brother.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So with that name Saukrates right there, so that line was more of giving him kudos as opposed to me being an exec.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's where that is. I just felt that was something.
My cousin Wong.
Yeah.
Magic Figure Wong. Shout out.
We got to get you on. Sorry.
Yeah,
we got to get you on the show, Wong.
Wong's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Just to give you a background.
He's a Renaissance man.
He's
a Renaissance man.
He's a paintbrush, but he works for the city.
Okay.
So there could be a lot of different ones that you see going on, like
the
graffiti art.
A lot of
he does a whole bunch of
yeah.
murals.
He's a painter. He's a producer. He's an engineer.
But
right. So he was working on some music, and he had a chance to sit down with Sox, and Sox is like, one day he was working on a beat. I can't remember what the beat was, but he couldn't get the bass line right. So he just stuck the mic to his throat, started humming.
Yeah, he told me that story.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, the way he EQ'd it, it just came out so fucking dope. So there's a song out there, Socks. When you go on the show, you can tell us what it is. You stuck a mic in your throat and started humming to create a bass line.
That's some Dilla shit. When
crazy shit.
When Wong told me that, it reminded me of a story that Dwelle told about Dilla. Dilla went into he couldn't get the drum right that he wanted to do, so he went in the studio. He went into the booth. He started beating his chest. So he did the pattern on his chest, and as soon as Wong was telling me, I was like, "Yo, Saukrates he thinks different.
Like a crazy genius. Like that's
he thinks
above
like
type.
Yeah, he's taking shit that the normal person wouldn't think of.
Let me tell you something about Socks, man. We did a track called "The Distance" on the album.
Yeah.
What's the album called?
My album?
Yeah,
my album's called Coach Fresh. Thanks.
And where can you find it?
iTunes, Spotify.
This is what I do. I do Apple Music.
Let's go. Continue.
So this is for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find different ways of putting the song together. And I'm like, okay, boom, I'm going to spit, he's going to spit. How are we going to do this? Okay, how about if I do 2 8s and you do a 16? I said, Socks, is how we're going to break this down. It's a race. The first verse is the sprinter before the race starts. He's nervous. He's scared. Anxiety setting in. Understand what I'm saying? He's on the starting blocks. Then he's going to go. The next verse, that's the 16.
Okay.
That's going to be the actual race. Then the third verse is the after the race. So I want to do the first part right there about the athlete going through all that anxiety before the race.
Yeah. And
Sock said to me, okay, does he win the race? Fucking right, he makes sure.
You
know what I'm saying? Because the last verse is the victory lap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But it's not really asked.
But just for the record,
I need to know.
Did he win?
I gotta know.
So what did he say? Like, yo, finish line. Pleased to meet you. Like when you heard the verse, that was him. But like I might have had the concept how I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? And from that, it was done. But it was like I love working with that dude because I said, listen, dude, we've done how many songs together? I want you to play the violin on this track. So when you hear the strings that Saukrates playing violins as well as on the hook, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, those Socks on the strings, dude.
I seen him playing. I seen a video of him playing on tour with
Nelly Furtado. Was crazy. Yeah,
crazy.
Now I want to ask this because you do music, you act as well.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between a script and writing an album?
The script is
Do
yours.
you see it the same? Do you see it the same?
No, I mean, sorry, the script is not yours. The album is yours.
Okay.
The script is not yours. The script is a person that has nothing to do with you. So you have to submit to that character to make it as organic as possible. So when I told you guys earlier, I just had an audition this week, or last week rather. It had nothing to do with me being the Maestro Fresh Wes. It had nothing to do with me being Paul Dwyer and Mr. D. It had nothing to do with anything else I've done but this specific script.
Sorry, where can you find Mr. D?
Mr. D's on CBC and Netflix. Thanks for asking. Okay. But the point I was trying to make to you was it had nothing to do. I like this guy. Right?
That's that song.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like the point is you forget about everything else and make that character as organic as possible. You know, so that's the thing. That's the main difference right there. You know.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
First one is our basic one. T$6.
Toronto.
And do you feel a way about it? Do you feel a way about it? I think that's a big
Toronto question. First. That's the first part. If I feel a way about it, hell no. Let the young kids do what the young kids do, man. We did our thing. You understand what I'm saying? Did any elder come with us? Did we listen to anybody? If they did, that's what we do, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I was talking to Sox and I'm like, yo, what's the biggest regret that you've had so far? He goes, not trademarking T-Dot.
He didn't come up with that anyway.
I know who did.
K-Force came up with that shit. He trademark what?
I needed a minute to come up with that. I would have. Max, now I would have remembered that shit. And K-Force was on your Built to Last joint.
No, K-Force was on VIPs only. He was on Built to Last.
It's his song, no?
I know he was on the album.
He's telling you.
Maybe just the intro of one of the songs.
But I know he
was on the VIP. He was on Built to Last. He was on Black Tie Fair. Trust me.
Okay.
Maybe that's an honest mistake.
I'll take it out. Hey. If it's coming from Coach Fresh, which album is out now. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. But K-Force did coin the phrase.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's not like everyone thinks Drake coined the phrase the 6. It wasn't Drake. There's some other
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, some
he has
other
a different
artists.
name now, but his name is Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, some other artists in the city.
Can I tell you something? I appreciate these young cats doing what they do. And you know why? Because I did my thing. I came up nice, dude. I bust off nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have no like when these guys do their thing, I just hope they have as much fun as I did when I did my. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not 1 ounce of like nothing
negativity.
First of all, you're supposed to do better than I did. You better do better than I did.
True.
I never had an internet.
Yep.
So you come up now, you better do better than me. What's your excuse? You see what I'm saying?
True.
That being said, with what we had, with our limitations, we had some good times, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Eminem put Detroit in the map to some capacity.
Yeah.
But I like to think Motown did back in the days too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if the kids want to say 6, let them say the 6. I ain't mad at that. I'm Toronto, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm comfortable with that. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let them listen. I promised myself I was never gonna be a grumpy old man, but I ain't gonna be Samuel L. Jackson on a skateboard. I'm not gonna be that dude that's angry that the young kids are doing something. That's like why?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be arrogant about it. No, do your thing. And I'm not gonna be one of those old guys with his pants hanging down trying to act like young, talking about he's on one. That ain't for us to do, for me to do, man.
Yeah.
How am I going to how these kids are supposed to look? These young men are supposed to look at me and be like, yo, bro, I'll be 50 in March, B. I'll be 50 in March. Understand what I'm saying? Why should I start acting like I'm 20?
I look older than you, bro.
Yeah, you do, motherfucker.
I look older than you.
You know what? You know why?
Yo, can I tell you why? Hold on. If you were sitting right here, I give you the King of Kensington.
Hold on. You know what's funny?
You know what?
You know what's funny?
If you could have just leaned over and just
hold on. You know what's funny? If he did that, maybe that patch would grow in. You might have to give him the tap so that patch.
You got a little patch right there. There's a little patch that doesn't want to grow in.
We call him.
Hold on, you know everyone's
patches.
My name is Chez. Pat Chez.
Okay.
Do you know everyone's
You might have to give him the.
I know. I feel no way.
He usually sits on the other side, so his
I have a really random question.
It looked like a Ritz
Was
cracker.
there ever a reach out or anything for you to be on Northern Touch?
Those guys asked me years before that came out or something about they want to do a track together. You know what I'm saying? So when it never happened, I was kind of vexed, man. But like, yo, how you make a song Northern Touch and put me on the thing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that because Misfit years ago, before that song came out, said, yo, this is before they really came to Toronto. They were just trying to ting still.
Okay.
And they were like, yo, man, we want to do a song with the legacy of whatever, you know what I'm saying? So they know I was missing on the track. They know that. They know I was supposed to be in the video. I'll say that. I love them, but you know I was missing. Come on, Kimo. Kimo, you know I was missing the tune, B. Come on, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is. So it wasn't a reach out intent, like specifically, but I know when they were formulating the ideas years ago, prior to that coming up, there was talks about something.
What year was that? Because the song came out in 97, right?
So that must have been like 95.
Okay.
That must have been like 95. Like Misfit was telling me, like, yo, we want to do a track. We plan on doing a track. I remember him saying these words. I want to do a track for the legacy of hip hop. He said legacy, East Coast and West. Like they want to, you know what I'm saying? So it had to be like around 95 because Rascals were already out busting.
Yeah.
And it had to be like
that Cash Crop album right there.
It was before the Cash Crop. Like he was thinking about this is something that a project that they wanted to do.
Was when they were Ragamuffin?
No, it was after Ragamuffin. This was like, no. They were already established. Okay. But they were like, yeah. So I think that was the formulating of Northern Touch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times too, ideas come and you forget about it.
Yeah. Or you forget who you spoke to about it.
Years ago, watch this now. Belly. I never said this before.
Hey!
We'll wait.
Finish
this. I said Belly said years ago, right? Just like maybe like 10 years ago. Yo, let's do a track on my mixtape, man. I want to rock with you. I'm like, all right, cool. So I had a thought for back of my if we ever do a track, because I'm a concept-driven artist.
Yeah.
Skyscrapers. I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about like years. That's a good whatever.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm working on an album together. You know what I'm saying? Like it just came back to me, Skyscrapers. Like, oh, yo, if I was to do it with a cat from the Bronx, we on that CN Tower, Empire State shit, basic. Suckers lowered the bar, that's what we raised. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of times ideas come and you forget about it.
Yeah.
Then they come back later.
Exactly.
However, for the specific track with Northern Touch, I think that was something that they specifically was formulating. Yeah. Not something that they forgot about and then Touch again. Like, no. You know what I'm saying?
Build for 2
years. What was your first thought when you heard the song in its completion?
They did a good job, man. I just wish I was on it, B.
Yeah.
I wish I was on that track, B.
That's crazy. Because now I'm thinking, where would you be? What positioning? Because it was, you could tell it was like Rascals. Rascals don't get their props.
The Rascals are dope.
Rascals don't get their props because they're not from Toronto, and Toronto right now is popping.
Yeah.
But if you look at hip hop on the West Coast, they were doing what West Coast artists in America were doing. They were building their name out west and doing it locally, and then gradually moving all the way over there.
When that Cash Crop album dropped, that was one of my favorite albums.
Oh man, I got to tell you,
those guys are dope, man. And you know what though? I love Romeo,
man. I got to tell you, when I was
Red One's dope.
I was in Bermuda when all this shit came out. Cash Crop, Infinite's 360 Degrees EP, Built to Last. I had to come back home to get the Citizen Kane album. Shout out to Spade.
Scarborough.
But it's like, there's so many mathematics, ecology. There's so many albums that we don't give the proper respect to, that have paved the way for what we do today. Sure. And we can't rely on other people to tell our story. That's why I love having artists like Maestro, Saukrates. You haven't had Saukrates.
Future. It's a future.
Chocolate. But I like guys coming here and telling our story because they were there and they paved the way. They did it.
Well, that's why I wanted to have, like, I mean, I'm here by myself, but how cool is it that we actually had Infinite? So that was,
exactly.
Yeah, man, we had Infinite, you know what I'm saying, speaking.
Adam Bomb.
You know what I'm saying? Beast, like, man. That's like one of my favorite MCs, man.
Adam Bomb is one of the guys who's in the digital era.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? Because you said this a few times through this episode. Scarborough. Just like as we talk about something, you rap Scarborough all the time. Right? Okay. And I'm like, and I'm like, who's your favorite Scarborough MC?
Scarborough, man. Like, I mean, Scarborough alone.
Yeah, who's your favorite?
I mean, if it's Scarborough, it might have to be Sox if it's Scarborough.
Okay.
But then Tona's dope too. King Rain, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Probably if it's Saukrates, if it's Scarborough, maybe Sox, man. Who?
He said it's gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely one of my favorites, but I'm just saying within Scarborough alone.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to nitpick. You know
okay, so
8 Runs Deep, 2017.
All the time. So,
but I'm a big Adam Bomb fan, dude.
Yeah.
Adam's nasty.
Yeah. Shout out to Adam Bomb. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, of course.
I'm champion for this show. He loves this show.
Yeah, of course he does. yo. Has Adam been on more than once?
No.
Once. He wants to go back. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he wants to go back. That's the dope thing about Shot Club. Like, everybody who's been here has been like, yo, I can't wait to come back.
Good vibes, yeah, man. Adam,
like our thing is not like we do drink. Yes, it is the Shot Club, but it's based on the conversation. Yeah. Like without the conversation, it's not what it is. You know, like you can drink and you can. We've all been through parties. You can't remember the conversations.
Yeah.
Because you've just been drinking and you've been bullshitting. But these conversations here are gonna last.
Yeah.
People are hearing this, they're watching this.
Yeah, man. I want to be on Northern Touch, man. I was back said I wasn't.
Like I want to.
I was like, yeah. I want to be on that record, dude.
Actually, let me one more back to the album. Yeah. With Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So was that just something you worked with the Raptors for?
No. Rich Kid played a beat and he said like, yo, this sounds like a Coliseum type ish. So I'm saying, let's make something big like that. You know what I mean? So that's why that was my son on the hook.
Oh yeah?
Yes, my son. Yeah. I got my 8-year-old. That junk.
Stro Jr.?
Young Stro, go clean up the kitchen.
Have they heard it? Have they responded to it?
Yeah, I know they like it, but because see those words right there, that's intellectual property that you gotta be slick with. You know what I'm saying? Because they gotta be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's a good question too.
Yeah.
How does your son feel about your music?
He thinks I'm dope but at the same time, I'm the guy that takes his iPad away from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he knows I'm a popular dude, whatever like that, and he knows, who I am. You know, like how cool is it? You're in the 4th grade, but the grade 8s are like giving your pops high fives.
Yeah.
And their parents want to give your pops selfies with your pops.
With your pops.
That pops is cool. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm the guy who takes the iPad away from him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he's cool, man. My son, listen, man, this morning we woke up early. We had breakfast television. Early, like 6:30.
Stun on him. Stun on him again. He said it all natural. Stun on him again.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We did breakfast. Oh, the album? Coach Fresh, thanks for asking.
What's that? That's that sazon. Adobo sazon. You gotta sprinkle on it. No, you gotta sprinkle it on. It's that seasoning.
I like that shit. All the time, what the fuck this guy doing? It's true. What's it called? It's called what?
Is that adobo sazon?
Sazon. Okay, that's kind of fresh. Man.
So you gotta put a little. Shout out to Butterfly. I got it from Butterfly.
You put a little spice on it.
You gotta season. You gotta season what you put.
All right, so let's. Sorry, we have to close out. This is last minute. The last minute.
You can't stop the sazon.
We want to thank you. How much? 5 minutes. Seriously? Okay. Yo, fuck my phone.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
So what questions?
You let me know.
You know what's funny?
Okay, you tell me what
your phone and your computer have lied to you since we started.
Yeah, I think my wife set it up. I think my wife set my time back. Get my ass home quicker.
How fun was it making that skyscraper video? I seen some posts on your Instagram.
Kool Keith is. How was Kool Keith as a person?
Kool Keith is Kool Keith, man. That dude came in. He came in. I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm doing shit with Kool Keith,
also magnetic.
Yo, when he came in, I'm like, yo, I'm actually doing
ego tripping.
I still can't believe I shot a video with Kool Keith.
And that's crazy because
I still can't believe I did it. Like, you gotta understand, we grew up to ultramagnetic.
And
he came in like, yo, what up, Wes? What up, yo? Boom. It was cool.
You still get that feeling like when he says, "What up, Wes?" You're like, "Yo, dude knows my name." Right?
No, that's
still get that feeling.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like this Kool Keith. It's like ultramagnetic MCs, my dude.
But that's the crazy thing. Kool Keith and ultramagnetic bust the same time. He bust
a little before me though, but
a little bit before, but not.
You gotta understand, man. Man, that was awesome to have him on the track with me and stuff like that, man. And for him to be in a video too, and we hung out and stuff like that. And he said something slick. The shot, we were on the rooftop, we were just talking. He said, "Yo, man, hip hop is cool. I could just say some slick. I could say whatever the fuck I want to say, just make it sound fresh." You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying that, like yeah. Then I'm thinking about, you actually do this. You actually do say whatever. A funny line was like he forgot some of his lines, right? And the line, well, he don't get mad, but he was saying. My ability to make women arch their ass. He was saying, he forgot. He goes, my ability to make women wash their ass. I go, no, he didn't say wash their ass, arch their ass. Oh, okay, cool. Kool Keith, man. Black Elvis is in the building. Man. Dr. Octagon. It was a blessing to have him on the show, man. That was some good questions, yes. We had fun with that, man. Shout out to Joe Barkley, who shot the video for me, man. And this goes to show, this dude shot Search Without Direction years ago. That's how I knew him from. You know what I'm saying? And I just asked him, listen, I'm coming to New York to do some promo. Do you know anyone reputable that could shoot my video, like a young upcoming student? Because I didn't have the budget for it. He's like, yo, Wes, I'm gonna shoot it for you. He left Atlanta because he lives in Atlanta. Yeah. He doesn't live in Staten Island no more. Okay. Came to New York and shot that video. Within a week, it was out. Jeez. We shot Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The video's out, was done the following Thursday. Yeah. He was editing it while he's putting it together, dude.
You know what's crazy, Coach? You know what's crazy, Coach? You because you're humble, you downplayed what you did. And you said, if I didn't do it, somebody else would have done it. But because you did it, somebody like that was like, yo, I'm going to come out from Atlanta to New York. That's crazy. Your influence did that. You can't. Not everybody's gonna do that
all the way through.
Not everybody's gonna do that.
Bless. Thank you, man.
Even though we're winding down here, we talked about your acting. We talked about your music. One thing that we really fucking forgot to mention is your book.
Stick to your vision, man. Chuck D from Public Enemy wrote the foreword. How cool is that?
That's big.
Chuck D from Public Enemy, the legendary Public Enemy, Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, wrote the foreword for my book.
It's a good fucking
book, man.
He's always bigged up. He's always bigged up Maestro, Mishi. Yeah. He's known. Yeah. He's known.
Yeah.
How was it to ask him? Like
he said he'd do it, man, and I couldn't believe like Chuck D's actually go write my foreword for my book. Yeah. And he actually did it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like how cool is that?
Did it take long to come back? Or
it took a minute to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because he tours, you know, he's got two groups, whatever, like that, and you know, it took a minute. But when he came back with the 2 pages, Chuck D actually wrote my foreword for my book, and he gave me memories of like when I first showed him my album, my cover years before that, and the same energy was like, there's room here for everybody. Yeah. It was the same thing when it came to the book, the same vibe that we got, man. So it was a blessing. And let me say now, I don't know if you guys know, man, but I got an honorary diploma recently for the book being a part of the school curriculum. And
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. How cool is that?
Sorry, we're about to wrap up. Yeah. I want you to
that's
blast
cool,
out whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Let them know so we don't, you know.
So, yeah, man. Listen, man. The name is Maestro Fresh Wes. Brand new album called Coach Fresh. Check that out. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, everything. Toronto, I love you. Worldwide, love you, man. And yo, Shot Club in effect.
Yo, you want to follow him? Make sure to go to Maestro Fresh Wes on everything. Right?
Yeah, man.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Shot Club, thank you for being with us as always.
King of Kensington,
we're here. We drink. We have fun. Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah.
Later, YouTube.